Peace and blessings. Welcome back to another one of Miss Akimi's videos where we break topics down in real life and dive into the messy, complicated truths beneath the headlines. A special shout out to all the new subscribers as well as my current subscriber family. I truly appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button and turn on your notifications so you never miss new content. Today's topic is one that's making waves online. An overweight woman is suing Lyft after a driver allegedly refused to transport her because of her size and weight. This story touches on discrimination, personal responsibility, and the realities of the gig economy. So let's get into it.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Look, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe it.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires,
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL experience.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I get the money and flip it and make some food.
Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
First, let's lay out the facts. According to reports, the woman claims she was humiliated and embarrassed when the Lyft driver denied her a ride. But instead of keeping the incident private, she took it to the internet, where it has since gone viral. Now, this isn't just a local issue, y'all. The whole world is watching and opinions are flying from every direction, including mine. Some people are standing in her corner, saying no one should be treated that way, while others argue the driver had valid concerns. The woman stated that the driver told her she was too big and suggested she should order an XL size vehicle. She responded that she never needed one before. Things escalated when the driver reportedly told her that his tires couldn't handle her weight. That's a pretty harsh thing to say, no doubt. But let's pause and consider the other side of this. Lyft and Uber drivers are independent contractors. They're responsible for their own vehicles. That means gas, maintenance, repairs, the whole 9 yards. If something happens to their car, whether it's tire damage or suspension issues, they're footing the bill, not Lyft. So while the driver's comments might have been blunt, he might have been thinking about the financial strain of potential repairs. Imagine you're working a gig job trying to make ends meet, and one ride could cost you hundreds, if not thousands, in repairs. It's a tough spot to be in. Now, the vehicle in question reportedly has an 850-pound limit. The woman is said to weigh nearly 500 pounds. Even if she was the only passenger, that's a significant load, especially when it's unevenly distributed. That kind of weight can put serious stress on a car's suspension and tires. And again, any damage would be the driver's responsibility. Let's be real. Cars are designed with weight limits for a reason. It's about safety, not just for the passenger, but for the driver and other people on the road. Here's where it gets legally interesting. The woman is suing Lyft, but since drivers are independent contractors, Lyft only provides the platform. They're not directly responsible for the actions of their drivers unless there's a clear violation of company policy or state law. And speaking of state law, Michigan is the only state that currently considers weight discrimination to be on par and on equal footing with racial or religious discrimination. That could give her case some traction in court, but it's far from a guaranteed win. Let's also look about the broader implications. If this lawsuit succeeds, what does it mean for the gig economy? Will companies like Lyft and Uber have to start enforcing stricter policies on weight discrimination? Will drivers be forced to take rides that could potentially damage their vehicles? And what about the safety concerns, both for the passengers and the drivers? These are questions that don't have easy answers, but they are worth thinking about. Adding another layer to this situation, the woman is a local Detroit rapper with a strong social media presence where she's openly displayed her size and weight along with challenges associated with them. She's no stranger to public attention, and some might argue that going viral could even boost her career. But at the same time, the internet is forever. The humiliation she felt from that Lyft ride is now magnified 1,000 times over by the online spotlight. Everybody's talking about it. Was bringing this to the internet a way to seek justice and speak for other BBWs? Or did it open her up to even more scrutiny and judgment? Let's not forget to mention the emotional side of this. Being denied service because of your size can be incredibly hurtful. No one wants to feel like they're less than or a burden. But on the flip side, we have to acknowledge the practical realities that drivers face. It's a delicate balance between empathy and practicality. So where do we land on this topic, y'all? Is this a case of discrimination, or is it a matter of personal responsibility and the practical limits of a driver's vehicle? Should gig economy companies like Lyft and Uber be held accountable for situations like this? Or does the responsibility lie with the independent contractors, hence the word independent, contractor, and riders to navigate these issues? And beyond that, what does this say about our society's attitudes toward weight and discrimination? This topic isn't just about one woman and one driver. It's about the intersection of body positivity, legal protections, and the realities of a world where independent contractors are the backbone of many services we rely on. It's about how we treat each other and how we handle conflicts when personal feelings clash with professional responsibilities. This young lady also, I believe it needs to be said, it brings the questions to the forefront as to how does she view herself? How does she value herself? How is it represented in the way that she lives her life, her lifestyle, her decisions, her choices, that inadvertently or advertently affects others around her? In this situation, it absolutely was going to directly impact that driver with her getting into his vehicle, whether it was on a minor scale or a major scale. And once again, I want to reiterate and mention that the responsibility of any effects of her getting into that vehicle and possibly any damage being done to his vehicle would rely solely on him. She would be absolved of all responsibilities, and so would Lyft. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think the driver was out of line, or was he just protecting his livelihood? Should Lyft step in, or is this lawsuit barking up the wrong tree? And what does this say about our society's attitudes toward weight and discrimination? Thank you for tuning in to another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments below. I really am interested to know where you all stand on this one. Until next time, keep questioning, keep thinking, and keep it unfiltered. One more thing before we wrap up. Let's take a moment to consider how we can approach situations like this with more empathy and understanding. Whether you're a driver worried about your car or a passenger feeling marginalized, open communication and mutual respect can go a long way. Maybe it's time for platforms like Lyft and Uber to offer more clear guidelines on handling such sensitive situations. Or perhaps it's about us as individuals learning to navigate these challenges with a little more grace. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me through this discussion. Remember, life isn't about black and white. It's all about the shades of gray in between. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.